PodJack95. This podcast is going to be with Chloe. She works in the fitness industry. It's going to be about what it's been like for her at this time, obviously, during lockdown. How she got into it. Obviously, personal trainer as well. So let's find out how that goes, shall we? Hello.
Hello.
You all right?
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Are you?
Yeah, what are you doing? You eating? Oh,
No, I've just had a mint.
a mint. Why, in case your breath comes through the screen?
Exactly.
I can only hear you with this coronavirus and your personal training.
It's not been too bad, to be fair. I've quite enjoyed it actually. Like being off and stuff, but you know, I haven't been up to work, have I? So I started working like 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Now I've been working, but I'm working outside 1-to-1, and I'm using a place called Hawkins. You wouldn't know it. Down from me, and then I'm just looking forward to the gym being open. But I mean, I can't say I've hated it. It's just I've hated not being able to work. Other than that, it's not been too bad. We've had the weather, haven't we? So,
yeah. Well, we've been doing Zoom classes, is it?
Yes, I'm doing 6 days a week of Zoom classes, 7:45 for 30 minutes, and I'm on a group chat with all of my clients. So me and all my clients have been doing Zoom classes, and then people on Instagram, a few people on Instagram have been doing them as well. But it just keeps everyone motivated because a lot of my clients that I've spoke to, some of them, that's all they're doing. They haven't got anything else because they've got no equipment at home. Doing dumbbell workouts, body weight workouts, banded workouts, that sort of thing. But now I'm PTing again, so I can actually see them 1-to-1. Which is good.
Yeah, of course, because they allow the one. I've seen quite a few people doing that, to be fair, getting their clients back.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice to see everybody again. But I mean, everyone's so pretty much on it, and I've got loads of group chats going on with all of them, so keeps them motivated. It's good.
Yeah, I've seen so many people now like take up jogging and stuff like that outside. So for you, personal trainers, probably good time to get people in for that extra bit of motivation, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone's on Strava. Everybody I know now has got Strava, and if you've got Strava yourself, you keep getting notifications. So and so's on Strava.
Yeah.
Everyone's got bikes as well. Everybody's biking everywhere.
Oh yeah, everyone's got a bike because all the bikes are sold out everywhere.
Yeah, everybody's got one.
And is that that garden where you do all your stuff?
Where I am now?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where the magic happens. This is where we do all my Zoom classes and all my Instagram workouts. Beautiful, especially on a nice day when it's not windy.
Yeah, isn't it? You build a gym on there.
Say again.
You build your own gym on there.
I know, it's lovely. It's good. We've just been lucky with the weather. The other day, on Saturday morning, I did a sweat class. And I don't know if you saw it, but it rained for about 10 minutes and I was halfway through a Zoom class and I had to run in with all of my equipment into my garage. So I literally picked up everything as it was raining because my phone and my speaker was all outside and it hammered it down. I had to run back in.
When you do it with your clients, do they do it outside usually as well? Or do they do it inside? Or just a bit of both?
No, some people do it inside. Some people do it. It's a bit of mixture of both. If it's a nice day outside, because it gets really sweaty indoors. It's really hot.
What about your gym? Is there any talk on when they're going to open or anything like
that? No, we've got to wait for obviously to see what Boris says. We'll see. I reckon that they'll open group exercise outdoors first. And then after that, we'll be able to go into the gym, but we'll see. Don't know.
Will that be all right for you, the group?
Say again.
Will the group exercises be all right for you? We'll be able to work with
that. Yeah, I don't really do too many group exercise things, but I do have say 2 clients at one time. So if they can come in like pairs, they can do that. Be easy for them. But at the minute, I don't really do many group classes. We just do like the gym classes. So
do you still do your spin class or went before this?
Yeah. Well, I did. I don't know when that's going back either. But yeah, I do it every Tuesday evening. Well, I used to do it every Tuesday evening for 2 classes, and that's all I do really. And like, I only do one group class exercise. I teach kids to I teach 16-year-olds to do dance and fitness, and then I do a group exercise cycle class. But that's all I do. Everything else is just personal training now. So
that is. So you've actually got all the customers. After, I think the last time I spoke to you, obviously you were still working on the page. But how many clients do you have? You got about 1 million.
No.
Yeah. You must have quite a lot now.
I've got before lockdown, I've had an extra 6 clients since after lockdown, and I can't tell you. I don't know how many are on my actual my group at the minute, but it's about 30. It's about 30 something.
It's all right. Like that. That's all right.
So, it's good. It's all good. And then hopefully after lockdown, we'll get back in the gym and get all sorted in the gym. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have all the equipment at home before this lockdown?
No. So OSP is who I work for. Well, I work at OSP as a gym.
Yeah.
And they've lent me a lot of equipment. So I had quite a bit of equipment anyway, but I didn't have like a range of weights and stuff like that. And they've given me an assault bike, a rower, a bench, a barbell. They've given me like a lot of equipment. So they've helped me out massively, because if not, I don't think I'd be able to PT, because I wouldn't have. Well, I would, but it'd be me standing in the field with another person. So it wouldn't be much of a PT session.
No. Yeah. Oh, that's so lucky. That's so good. People are struggling so hard to get weight. All I've got for mine is this metal bar that my friend found at his work, right? And this big bottle of water. And I hook the bar.
What do you do with that?
Whatever I can think of. I hook the bar under the holder. I've got 2 of them, and I just throw them around, lift them up, and do all sorts of stuff. But oh god.
Have you been working out since lockdown?
I've done a lot more running, because you're allowed to run once a day, so I have.
Yeah. Other
than that, no. I will be glad to go back to the gym. Mainly, I'll be glad to go back to the spa, because that's what I'm missing the most, the spa. So.
Oh no, I don't miss the spa really. Jack, why did you cut your hair off?
Because, well, first of all, I had dreads, so for me to get rid of them, I would have either needed to have them all untied, which would really hurt, because it hurt enough having them in. So I didn't want to go through that pain again. And my dad shaved his head, so I thought, I'll get rid of my hair. And they were doing my head in, like, some bits of hair was just coming out the side, and we had to keep tightening them up, and so I just cut it off. And they were so gross.
Are you going to grow it back? Are you going to grow it long again or not?
Yeah, I'm going to grow it back long again. But I'm not going to dread it this time. I'm just going to have it like yours.
Oh, nice.
Because I did like it like that. You're trying to grow yours as well?
Yeah.
Did you get dreads?
Yours will probably be longer than mine before mine gets long.
Yeah, I think the last time I seen you was on about mine being longer than yours. So,
yeah.
My hair, if it weren't dreaded, it would have been so long. I'd have, like, from behind, I'd have looked like a girl.
Yeah.
Right down to the bottom of my back, probably. But when I cut the dreads, because obviously you can only wash your scalp, but you can only wash so much of your head and your hair.
Yeah.
And dreads get all gross and grimy. When I cut them, the inside was all just disgusting. Like, proper gross. So I don't want to go down there again. But it's been alright. It's grown back so much. I don't really like it at the moment. It's a bit tennis bally.
It'll grow though, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it'll grow. But yeah. Okay, well, before I ask you anything, I'm just going to show everyone that I've got my protein shake here, because I have done a workout this morning. Tell us, Chloe, how did you get into the fitness industry then?
I started, well, when I left school, I went to do a dance qualification. So I did dance for 2 years in college, and then became a dance teacher just before that. And then after that, I wanted to get into fitness rather than just dance. So instead of going to uni to do dance, I went to do a personal training qualification. So I was at 2 years at college to do personal training, and then on the side of that, I was a lifeguard. And I was lifeguarding on the side, and it was so long-winded. But I did it to get my foot in the door at Nuffield Health and Canada.
Is that where you started? That gym?
Yeah, started at Nuffield, and then a personal training job came up just as I was qualifying. So I went for the job, got my job to start with. Only started working. I think it was like an 8-hour contract, something like that.
Yeah.
And then built up my hours, built up. Well, built my client base a little bit, and then just went from there. And I did what's it called? My exercise to music. I got that qualification, so I could do group exercise. Got my spin qualification, well, vibe cycle qualification, and then just started teaching classes and stayed there for about 2 years, 2.5 years. I stayed there for. That was probably just before I started working for Premier.
Yeah. Did you prefer the classes side than working on the one-to-one, or have you always preferred one-to-one training?
I used to love group exercise. I used to love teaching the classes, and Vibe was one of my favourite. To teach body pump and circuit classes, stuff like that. But I would say one-to-one is my favourite. That's what I enjoy doing now. I'd much prefer to do one-to-one than I would group exercise classes. Yeah. Definitely now.
What about how did you build your client base? Because obviously, when I passed my personal training course, I don't even know, 4 or 5 years ago, the one thing that I struggled with was going to the gym, obviously maybe getting a job there, and then them telling me it might be a 0-hour contract, but you have to build your clients, or you get a contract of 40 hours, but you only get so much for clients. So I never knew how I was gonna get the clients, which is probably why I've never really gone in to do it.
Well, it's hard to start with. When I started, I was only 19, so a lot of people would probably look at me, and I don't look too old now myself, but when I was 19, I looked even younger. So a lot of people probably didn't want PT with me, but you just have to be consistent with what you do. And
keep trying.
We did at Nuffield, we did something called a health MOT, where you'd speak to all of your clients, and you wouldn't speak to your clients, you'd speak to people off gym floor, and then you just have to build up a relationship with people. And then as soon as you've built up the relationship, they kind of trust you in what you do, because as you know, a lot of people don't trust people that they've just they've just met, and they don't really want to spend the money on things that they think they can do themselves in the gym. But as soon as you spoke to the person, and then you've built up a relationship with the people talk, and then you get a good relationship.
Word of mouth, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all. Yeah, a lot of it is word of mouth. I mean, I felt it's definitely harder at Nuffield to get clients.
Yeah.
Because you have to be a member of the gym. Whereas for me,
I always thought that. Like, people always had to be a member for me to get probably because I applied for a lot of gyms that needed.
Yeah, you have to be a member of the gym, so it's a lot more difficult anyway, because they're paying the membership and they already do what they do. Whereas me at the minute, because I can promote on my Instagram, and anybody can come to me, so I can train anybody. They don't have to be a member of my gym. They can just come to me and have personal training. So it's a lot easier now. It was definitely more hot. It was definitely more difficult at Nuffield to get clients and to to build up my PT business and stuff. But I mean, when the ball gets rolling, it kind of I don't know. You kind of just word of mouth. I would definitely say.
I've never even really used my qualification, ever. I've just not. I've used it for not for in gyms, personal one-to-ones. I've not really used it. I remember when I applied for, I think, probably, I don't know what it's called. It's called the Gym Group now. It used to be called Lifestyle in Tamworth. And they were telling me when I first went there that I could work in the gym and actually get clients, but I would have to pay a rent. Did you ever have to pay a rent or hear about them paying a rent for you to work in the gym?
Yeah, so at Nuffield, no, they used to I worked for them for 8 hours, so I'd have to do 8 hours on gym floor or 16 hours on gym floor, and then I would have to then PT for myself, and that would be extra. Whereas now I pay rent to rent the gym, and then I can just and then my clients are my clients, and so it works. So I work for myself now rather than working for a gym.
Yeah, that's so much better. I was so like baffled when they told me. I was like, I've got no clients. I'm gonna pay you £300 a month for nothing. Like what? So I'm definitely doing it by yourself, and I think a lot more people or personal trainers within a gym as well. They end up doing it on the outside of the gym, doing their own personal training, like you, and a lot of other people.
Yeah.
How did you start your one-to-one then?
Say again.
How did you start your one-to-one training? When did that come about? Like outside
what
of
I'm
the
doing
gym?
now, working for myself. I went to Australia, and just before, I obviously left Premier, where you were. I left there and I went to Australia, and just before I went to Australia, I started. I don't know if you remember, but I started fitness classes for kids. So I got all my insurance, and I found somewhere. Yeah, and so I got my insurance, started my insurance back up, and started doing fitness classes for children. And then on the side of that, I'd do my Instagram posts, and I'd keep promoting on my Instagram. And somebody who I used to work with at Nuffield he got his own CrossFit gym with 2 other people where I work now. And he approached me and said, would you be looking for somewhere to work and to PT? And I said, yeah. And then when I got back from Australia, I started working I got back from Australia in the November, and I started PTing in the December, and then just built up my client base from there.
And that's it.
And then
been there since.
It's bigger.
How long ago was that? When did you come back from Australia? What year was that? 2018?
2018. So December 2018, I started working there, and then I've been there ever since. Yeah, it's good. I mean, it does take a while to build your client base.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you've got 30, so that's a lot of clients. Does that keep you fit as well? Because imagine having to teach. Obviously, do you do one-to-one with all like them 30 or more that you have?
Yeah, but I don't do anything. Obviously, I just tell. I just know what to do. Say again.
Where do you find the time for yourself to do all the stuff between all that then? And still not being super tired?
So not all of my clients have once a week. So some of them will have once a week. Some will have 2 a week. And then some people are on. I've got some online as well. But I train like 6 days. 6 days a week when I'm in the gym. I do the gym classes. So I work at a CrossFit gym. So they do classes. They do a lot of classes throughout the day, and I normally do like 4 or 5 of those, and then maybe go for a run or stuff like that. But I find time. There's loads of time. That's time.
I know that's a lot of work. That's hard work. Like I go for one run, and sometimes my legs are so tired. I could not train someone the next day. My legs were killing me.
Yeah,
you have to motivate yourself as well as everyone else.
Yeah, you could. I reckon you could.
What's your motivational tips for people? You shout at them.
What, to get other people motivated?
Yeah, they get them like you get some big guys that might scream and shout at. Come on. What's your way?
You've got to be motivated yourself. I mean, I can help you. I say it to all my clients. I can help you, and I can be there for you and train you. But if you're not going to do it for yourself, then I can't really help, because if you have PT once a week, you've still got to do stuff the rest of the week. You can't just have PT once and then that be it for the week. You've got to want it yourself. If you don't want it, it's not going to happen. You know.
Do you have challenging clients that don't want to work for themselves, or have you in the past?
I think if you're having PT,
you're
can't.
gonna,
You
do it for a reason.
You kind of want to. Yeah, you want to do it, don't you? I mean, obviously, there's some people that don't. Like, not now, but I mean, in the past, I've had people who wouldn't necessarily want to train, but most people who have PT want PT because they want to get something out of it. If not, it's just a waste of money, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, and you've got to do what you enjoy doing, not what.
Yeah.
If I tell you to do like 1,000 burpees, or
No, you're not going to want to do it.
They've got to enjoy a little bit of it, else they're not going to come back, are they? I suppose.
Do they ever pick their favourite workouts and you base around them, or do you just give them something and see if they like it?
It depends on the client. So they have to fill in a form. They have to fill in a PARQ form before, and the PARQ form just says, like, what kind of exercise do you enjoy, what don't you enjoy, what do you want to achieve. It's all about what they want to achieve as well. Because it could be weight loss, it could be strength training, and they might not like HIIT training. And if you don't enjoy it, I'm not going to keep doing it with you. Like, they've got, I suppose each client's different. If they want to do HIIT training, we'll do HIIT training. If they really, really, really hate a certain type of exercise, and then they're not going to enjoy it. So there's no point in doing that with a client, So.
Are you still going to do the kids' classes after this lockdown? Are you going to go back into that?
I do once a week at the minute, and I'm not sure. I don't know whether I want to put more time into personal training, but it is like it's a 2 p.m. thing, so it's right in the middle of the day anyway.
Yeah.
And it all depends when the schools go back and stuff like that. Everything's so uncertain at the minute. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing it once or twice a week because it's at 2:00 in the afternoon, but I want to put more effort into my online personal training. Yeah. Because since lockdown, I've had loads more time to be able to get my online business, like, not ready, but I've put a lot of time into my online clients. Then, just, it's all at the minute, like before lockdown, everything was gym floor and practical, and whereas I've actually had time to sit and look at online PT and that sort of thing.
So you've made the most, definitely, out of the lockdown.
Yes.
And did you say you've done a nutrition course as well, did you?
Yeah, I've listened to a few books, and I've done another nutrition course, just to, stay on top of the game, all of that. So but I've learned bits and bobs and stuff. It's all good.
Oh.
Every day's a school day.
Every day is a school day. What have you done new during the lockdown? Have you done anything that you never would have done before? Everyone's doing yoga.
You are?
Everyone's doing yoga. Or everyone's running
really
now.
I mean, I don't think I have actually done anything new that I wouldn't have done before. I already had a bike. I already ran. Yeah. I mean, I've read more books, and I've listened to more podcasts and audio books and that sort of thing. But nothing new that I wouldn't have done, I don't think. I think I've just been out. You just have time to do a lot more, don't you?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Have you?
Well, I've been off a lot. Obviously, it's still at work some days. Back next week. Next Monday, back full time. But I've done this, obviously, started this, which was... I was going to do this before, but this obviously lockdown gave me a chance to do it, because I was just holding it off and holding it off.
That's the thing, it gives you the opportunity to do more, doesn't it? To do something that you don't normally have time to do. No,
that's it, yeah. I've wrote a book, a story sort of thing. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm on the verge of being an author. That's my aim.
Nice.
I don't know, just doing whatever I can, because sometimes it just gets a bit boring doing the same thing every day.
Yeah, it does.
I can't wait to go back to work. Yeah, the weather's been so good.
Yeah, that's like me. I was buzzing to get back. I was so happy when they said you can do one-to-one PT outside, because it just means I can work again.
Yeah.
Buzzing.
The only problem is with the weather is that, well, it's great, but I haven't got a garden. So I'm good.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so I just look out the
more.
window and go for a run, and then that's it.
Mm.
But
You
obviously,
can go sit in
since
the park now.
yeah, that's it. Since the recent news, I've been able to do a lot more. But I do wish I had a garden. Do more. I wish I had some weights to do some stuff instead of water kegs.
Doesn't everybody? I think that's why PT is so busy now, because nobody's got equipment at home.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody just wants to do something. Yeah.
Do you think after lockdown, people will come to you then more than they already has throughout lockdown?
I'd say all of my clients will come back. Yes.
Yeah.
And I've had 6 new clients. New clients since I've started PTing again as well. So I can imagine we're going to be busy. But I mean, summer normally gets a little bit quiet because everyone's on holiday and they've got more. You've got more to do, haven't you, than just spend time in the gym and stuff like that. But it's been really busy, and everybody's been doing the classes, and everyone's been doing. Everyone's been doing workouts.
You on a
Say
bar.
again.
That was a picture of you on a bar holding yourself up.
Oh, nice. I don't know. My phone's just said it's running out of battery, but it is on charge, which I don't understand why.
Oh, what, are you using your phone?
Mm.
You know when you Zoom your clients on where you are now, do you use your phone then, or?
Yeah, so I've got my phone and I've got another phone that I use for my music. So I've got my speaker. Because for some reason my laptop doesn't work on Zoom, so I have to use my phone. I don't know why though. Yeah, really annoying. So you can only see 4 people. Is it 4 people on a screen? I think it's something like that. So I have to just
can you on your phone?
To see people.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, I think on a laptop you can see everyone, can you? Yeah,
you can see everything. You can see everything that's going on. But I used it the first time, and then after the first time, it stopped connecting. I don't know why. So I have to use my phone.
The only one thing I've realised about Zoom is that you can only use it for 45 minutes if you've got more than 2. Now, so because the timer will come up and say you've got 10 minutes left or something, and then it will go off. Like the first podcast I done, there was 3 of us, but it was all right. And now Zoom have done some update so that you can only have the 2, and if one more joins, then you only get 45 minutes. I spoke to some bloke a couple of weeks, maybe like last Monday or something, and I started speaking to him at 10 o'clock at night because he wanted to do a late one, and I was sat here listening to him we were speaking till 2:30 in the morning. I had to edit it and cut it. I drank a lot of energy drinks and I was buzzing. So when I went to bed, I was seeing all sorts. But yeah, if I had him and had another bloke talking, 45 minutes definitely wouldn't be enough for him. You'd need me to keep going off and on over and over again.
Not like me then. I'm just going to see if this is charging because I really don't want the phone to go off.
Next week, all I'm doing is sitting in a field like this and Zoom in the classroom and doing the fitness thing for the kids in the class.
Will the kids be back next week then?
Yeah. So we've got 15 classes. 8 classes of 15 kids. And that's only like 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we've got 3 classes of nursery reception, 1, 2.
Gosh.
I know, so there's gonna be loads in. So yeah, I can't speak to anyone. I just have to go sit on the school field and Zoom the class. But they can't even move, they can't use no PE equipment. They can't move around a lot in their classroom. It's gonna be wild weird. So I don't really know.
Especially in this weather, it's meant to be nice, isn't it?
Well, that's the only thing that that's a good thing for me. At least I get to go and sit outside all day. I'll just sit around whilst I'm not doing anything. I love it.
Yeah, bonus. You don't have to work all summer and all Easter.
I don't even remember the last camps I worked. Have you ever thought of going back and doing anything like that, teaching in the school?
No.
No way. Never.
No, not that I didn't enjoy it. I did enjoy it at the time, but no, I much prefer. I love what I do now. I really enjoy going to work. I love going to work. I love my clients, and so no,
That's what it's about, though, isn't it? If you enjoy your work, that's why you want to go back to work. Like, even though we're all in lockdown, there's people out there that are sitting at home, probably
Living
moaning.
life.
Yeah. All loving life, but people that don't want to go back to work, I want to go back though, like yourself.
Yeah. I was buzzing to come back to work. I love it. So that's the main thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it is hard work working for yourself. Don't get me wrong. It is tough. There's like, there's swings and roundabouts. If you don't work, you don't get paid. If you don't,
Yeah. Is there ever times when you just can't be bothered, when you just don't want to, when you get them days where you just don't want to go and do, especially in the personal training, you're tired.
Yeah, there is like some days where you're like, oh, I'm so tired. But then you get there and it's like a social, isn't it? You speak to all your clients. It's like you're with your friends all day. It's obviously not like that, of course, but you get
but you get on so well with them.
Yeah, they're like friends. They turn into your friends. So it's nice.
And again, like with it being a one-to-one, you get to pick almost which ones you want to work with and which ones you don't want to work with. So you get to pick nice people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
but I can't say that I've got clients who I don't like. There's not clients that I don't like. I get on with everybody. It's good.
And it wouldn't be very good if you did say that there is one you don't get on with, because
I imagine
they would look, they'd be like, oh. Great.
Yeah, no, but there's not. They're all very good. But and as well, like I mainly train women. I don't train. I haven't got any male clients. I train all women.
That's better for yourself, really, isn't it?
Yeah, not that I can't train men, but it's.
But you get to pick the ones that you get on with. If you get on more and find it better to cope, to train, then you pick them.
Yeah, it's good.
What about travelling? You got any more travelling plans?
Don't get me wrong, I'd love to travel. Absolutely loved Australia and America, but we're thinking about going to the Philippines, but and Southeast Asia. But I think it's going to be more just holidays because I can't just leave.
No.
No.
At least you don't have to fill a holiday form out, though.
Pardon?
At least you ain't got to fill out a holiday form.
Exactly. I can choose when I want to go on holiday.
Yeah. What about doing your training in a different country?
Yeah, it's potential, but Lee wouldn't go to a different country, and I don't think he'd do that. I mean, yeah, it'd be an option. I mean, Australia's really good for exercise and PT and activity and all that, but no, I think I'm staying in Cannock.
Staying in Cannock. Wicked.
Yeah.
I think the last time as well when I saw you was at camp and you'd just come back from Australia and I was going surfing.
Ah, how was it?
That was a year ago, like today. Bang on. Yeah, because a year ago today I started surfing. So,
was it good?
Oh, it was so good. And I've been like 3 times since now. So now I'm going.
Do you find it hard? Do you think it's good? Did you find it hard?
I've done what you said. I had 1 lesson for like however long. He taught me in like 45 minutes and the rest of it was just me messing around on my own, learning about it was wicked. It was wicked. Getting on the board was probably the most fun thing I've ever done. When I stood up on the board and went down the wave, I was like, oh my God, the bloke was like, yes, wicked.
Did you get it on your first time?
So the way he taught us 2 different ways. Obviously, the 5 positions are on your knees, then to feet up and arms wide, and then he taught us another way to just jump onto your feet and go. And we kept trying the 5 stages sort of things, and it just weren't. I just couldn't do it. So I just thought, I'll just jump. So I just jumped, landed on my feet, and went. And then from then on, I could just keep going and going and going.
See, when I went to Cornwall to do it, I could do it. When I went to, where was I? I want to say Byron. No, Sydney. I could surf in Sydney, and then I went to, where did I go? Byron Bay, I think it was. Got to Byron Bay, could not surf. I don't know if it was just the waves were so like choppy. I've spoke to a few surfers, and they've said that you have to figure out waves. So you have to figure out how you
angle
might know
they're coming in. Maybe.
You know when they're coming, and you know how many waves you've got before you get a big one, and you have to. That's why you have to stand and wait around for the wave. And in Byron Bay, I just couldn't grasp it, couldn't do it at all. And every time I got on, I'd know the front of the surfboard, and it would just nosedive into the water every time, and I'd just tumble into it. I was like,
frustrating.
No. And then really frustrating. And then I just couldn't do it, and I'd hurt myself, and I ended up just stopping, couldn't do it anymore. But we wanted to go. We were going to go camping again and go in Cornwall again, but with all this going on, I don't think we're going to.
No, coronavirus has killed everyone's vibe.
I know, rubbish.
It was like I done the same when I went the second time to Cornwall. I struggled so much to surf. Like I just couldn't get on the board. I did change my board as well. I thought I was all pro and went for a good one, nice looking board, and I just couldn't do it. But I did also same. I spoke to some people that can surf, and they taught me that you can look down the sea and you can see like a small current which goes up the wave, and the wave's coming this way, it goes up here. And if you can lie on your board and swim at the wave, you just go up. So I was just swimming at the waves, going up and over it, but not going the other way. It was well annoying. But I'm going to France in October to surf.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so that'll be fun. In October. I'm going to France in October. Is that what I said? I'm going to France in October. Yeah.
Nice. That'll be good.
But
we want to go to the Philippines. You are?
I just wanted some warm weather to surf. A hot country for Cornwall.
You'd like it in Australia. You should go to Australia. It's really good there.
That's what I'm working on it.
Really good. But Philippines is meant to be really good for surfing as well.
Yeah.
And we're on about going to the Philippines next year, so we could have a go there as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's
have you heard of Boardmasters?
Yeah. I was there. Well, I wasn't at Boardmasters, but the second time I went surfing was last year, I think, when Boardmasters got cancelled because of all the wind. That's when I was surfing, and oh my god, the party or the surf, the Fistral Beach was absolutely rammed with surfers.
We were meant to be going this year, and it's been cancelled because of bloody coronavirus. We've got tickets and everything, and it looks class. And we were meant to be going, and it's got cancelled.
That's 2 years in a row.
I know. Rubbish.
I think last year they cancelled it. Last year it was really windy, and they cancelled it because they said a few years before the stage blew off, or some part of the stage blew off the cliff into the sea. So they cancelled it. But on Fistral Beach there was like this little hut, and it was like a small tent. Oh, it was like a little, I don't know, not like a nightclub. It was well better than a nightclub. It was just like a little tiny festival in a little hut. It was wicked. And that was all that was going on. It's so funny. Boardmasters would be sick though. There's a place in somewhere in Asia, don't know where, maybe by the Philippines, called Uluwatu. You've ever heard of it?
Yeah.
That's where surf there.
Yeah, I think I have heard of that. Yeah.
It's meant to be proper sick for surfing. Yeah, I'd like to take it up full time and move on it, but can't.
Can't all do what we want to do though, can we?
No, we can't. We can't. Anyway, it's been good speaking to you. We'll wrap it up because we'll try and keep it under an hour, and we're getting to 50 minutes. And have
I answered everything though? I don't feel like are you sure?
I've got the list right here next to me. I like to try and not look at it too many times. Problem with me when I do this is sometimes I look around and get distracted a lot. So if I have looked this way and you've noticed, it's because I'm looking at this piece of paper here.
Ah, okay.
It's not because I'm not listening, I'm still listening. I've done it to my dad loads.
Well, I look down a lot. Say again.
I've done it to my dad. Like me and my dad done a podcast, and he was talking because he done magic, so he's like a magician. So he was talking, and I was looking out the window at the cars. I have looked, and I thought, wow, he's pretty much done it all. Smashed it.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cool.
enjoy your son. Enjoy
And
the
then
win.
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with it now?
Bro, add my outro. Tag you in like all the stuff, so when people watch it, they'll have your Instagram and everything in it. So they send them straight to them.
I get to watch it first, or no?
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll put it on YouTube, but I'll unlist it and private it so no one can watch it. And then when I put it on there, I'll send it to you. So if there's anything on there that you don't want on there, just tell me and I can change it. Which other people have done loads of times. Like when I spoke to that.
Yeah, thank you for asking me.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. I'm sure when this is all blown over, maybe soon I can get you back and we'll talk more.
Yeah, maybe I'll know what to talk about. I feel like I don't even know what I've spoken about.
No one ever does.
We'll see. I'm sure I'll see when I watch it back.
No one ever knows. Everyone gets nervous before, and then they talk and talk and talk, and then at the end they're like, I don't even care anymore. But you've gone through enough. Everything. I've asked everything.
Cool.
So yeah, thanks for being here. Enjoy your day, Chloe.
And you.
And I will stop recording now. See you in a bit.